Hey, what's up everyone? Saintsfan back again with another tips and tricks video. Today I want to go over the biker contract missions, since for the next 2 weeks there is going to be double GTA money for them. I know maybe some people out there don't care about this, but for the people that do, and for the people that will be playing these missions to get millions of dollars for the upcoming gun running DLC, hopefully this video helped you out. Hopefully I can explain which missions you should be doing, which missions you shouldn't be doing, and how best to go about doing these missions so you don't have to worry about people blowing you up with hydras or any other stupid stuff that you encounter in GTA. So if you do enjoy the video, I'd appreciate it if you could drop it a like and subscribe to my channel for more awesome GTA content. So for those unaware, if you didn't check out the video yesterday, or if you don't check Rockstar's Newswire, from today or from yesterday to May 15th, there's going to be double GTA money on the biker contract missions. And you actually find these in your biker clubhouse, in the clubhouse meeting room. There are 3 of them on the wall. And I'll say this, they may not seem appealing at first, but they're actually really good. At least some of them are. It's, for all intents and purposes, the same thing as contact missions, but in free roam. And that's good because you don't have to really spend too much time in loading screens and all that. And another really great thing about these contract missions, these biker missions, is that the NPCs are nowhere near as powerful or OP as they are in the import-export missions. They actually kind of suck. And that's really great because you don't have to worry about getting one shot across the map with an NPC that has a pistol. Another really good benefit is that these can be done in invite-only lobbies, and that's how you can avoid people in Hydras or in Ruiner 2000s or, any sort of griefing vehicle. And the final thing, as you'll see, some of them pay a decent amount. One of them actually pays $70,000, and it's relatively simple to do. Alright, so the first one we'll start with is actually the first one I did when I hopped on to actually play these biker missions, and that one is called Torched. This one is probably one of the easiest contract missions, and you don't get paid a ton because of that, but you can get it done so quickly. Now, you're going to see I'm in a public lobby, so at one point a guy in a Hydra does eventually, come and kill me and mess with me, and it took me a little bit longer to complete this. But one thing I noticed with these missions, unlike the regular contact missions, is that the longer you take to do these, you don't get that much more money. So it's almost better to complete these as quick as possible than to take your time and try and hope to get more money in the end. I'll touch a little bit more on that in a second, but this Torched one is actually really cool for a number of reasons. One, like I said, it's super easy. 2, most of the time you don't need to go too far away from your clubhouse, so you can get there pretty quickly. And then 3, you actually get 25 free Molotov cocktails, and that's going to be good if you just like to have a new weapon, because while you can get them through the MC Club menu, you have to pay for them, and I believe it only comes like a few at a time. So doing this mission gives you 25, and the best part, you don't even need to use them in the mission to complete it, because while it does say you have to burn whatever the packages are, or the crates, you can just throw a regular grenade at them and it still completes the mission. So you can save those Molotovs for later. And that's what you see. Well, I'm actually using the Molotovs, but you're going to see I actually do end up finishing this, and it pays me $33,000, which, like I said, isn't a whole hell of a lot. I mean, it's definitely a little bit better than the contact missions, but for this mission being so easy and then giving you, free Molotovs and all that, I feel like that's a pretty good amount. If it's on your board, I would suggest doing this one simply because of the free stuff you get and the fact that it's super quick and easy. Now, one pro tip, and this is going to save you a lot of time when it comes to these contract missions, and this could be useful for a few reasons. One, if you get one of these contract missions, let's say your clubhouse is up in Sandy Shores, and you get a contract mission that makes you go all the way down to Los Santos in the city. Well, after the fact, you don't want to drive all the way back to your clubhouse because it's kind of far away. What you can do is hit start, go to the online section, go to the creator section, and then there's a few options here. You can either hit exit to GTA Online, that'll put you into a public session. You can, while in that creator menu, you can hit start and then go to online again, and then start up a invite only session or a crew session. And what this does, at least if you have your spawn location set to Clubhouse, when it puts you into that new session, you will spawn into your clubhouse again. So while you do got to sit through a little bit of a loading screen, it's not long at all. It's definitely one of the quickest loading screens you're going to sit through. You don't have to drive back, and you can just sit back and wait until you're back into your clubhouse. And that's useful for a few things. One, like I said, to save time on driving back and forth to your clubhouse. Two, it actually resets the contracts. And this is a big thing, because if you get a contract that's not good, because a lot of them aren't that good, there's only a few, and I'll get to the other ones in a second here, but Torched is one of them. Prisoner of War, POW, is another one. Jailbreak's not a horrible one. Guns for Hire, that's a really good one. If you don't see any of those, then you can just do this method, go to the creator, and then find a new session over and over again until you get the contracts you want. And that'll totally save you time, and doing it this way, you get the most money because you're only doing the better missions. The only downside, I guess, is that you're going to have to re-invite your friends, or you're going to have to re-invite them to the MC Clubhouse. What I actually did was, when you're in the creator, just go ahead and start up a crew session, because if they're in your crew, they could just join through you anyway. They don't need an invite. And that way they could easily join, and then you can get ready, go to the clubhouse, and get everything sort of set up before they get in and join. Now, moving into some of the other jobs, the next one we'll talk about is POW. And this is one that, while it's not bad, it's not anything too special. It pays out around $45,000, so it's pretty decent. And it's actually relatively simple, although the one downside is you're going to have to go, at least in the mission I did, I don't know if it's the same for every single time you do this mission, but I had to go to the LSIA because you have to go get someone that was captured. One pro tip though, and this is actually really cool. So normally you would have to go to the LSIA and then battle through a bunch of cops and SWAT members. And then you go down into the subway to get this POW. One thing you can do though, if you go towards the custom shop and then you follow the road, right underneath the bridge, there's this little parking lot. And then that actually goes down into the subway. And what's great about this is you can take the subway to where the guy is, because you just go towards the airport, and then there's only 4 SWAT members you have to deal with. It's great because you don't need to deal with the other cops, you don't have to deal with people shooting at you, you don't have to waste ammo, you just take out those 4 cops, have the guy get on your bike, whatever, and then go back the way you came. Super simple, super easy. The hardest part of this entire mission really is just driving down to LSIA, but one thing that you can do if you're not playing solo is have someone else in your motorcycle club be a road captain, and they can actually spawn a buzzard wherever you are. Obviously, if you're playing solo, you're not going to have that ability. You're going to have to use Pegasus to call, a buzzard or a plane to get you places, but having that option is definitely useful. Like I said, though, this one only pays around $45,000. And talking about the length of these missions, so someone actually tested it. If you do this mission in 7 minutes, which is about the time we did it in, you get $44,000. If you do it in 15 minutes, you get $50,000. So it's definitely better to rush these contracts than to wait and try and get a better payout. Next one is called Jailbreak. This one is another one that's not great, but it's pretty good. It does pay out $44,000 like the other one. This one, all you have to do is go get a bus and then drive it to the point that it tells you on the map. The only tip or trick that I would suggest maybe on this one is using the cargo bob to fly the bus instead of driving it. It might go a little bit quicker if you did that. Another one we did was 9/10 the law. This one is not that good, and this is sort of what I wanted to show you guys when it comes to some of these contract missions. This one we only got 33,000, and the whole point of this mission is you go down to the police impound lot, you steal 2 bikes, and then you bring it back to around Sandy Shores. And it took a decent amount of time. We had to fight through a bunch of cops, and we only got paid 33,000. So that one is not that good. And there's a lot of them that are sort of like that, like the cracked mission. If you ever see that, never do that one. That one's horrible. But a lot of them are like this one, where it takes the same amount of time as most of these other ones, and there's the same sort of stuff in it where you got to fight people and use your bullets and all that, but you don't get paid as much. So the two sort of middle or medium tier is definitely Jailbreak and Prisoner of War. But then the final one, the one you're definitely going to want to do, the one you're going to want to look out for the most, is called Guns for Hire. This one will pay out $70,000. I believe in the gameplay we only got 66,000, but if you have 4 people, because the more people you have, you actually get more money for it, you will get $70,000. And this one is super simple. All you have to do is get the car and the limo, drive it to the church, defend the people there. It's super simple to do. Wait, 4 minutes or however long the timer says, and then you get the money. Also, on a side note, this is the mission that you can actually get the hearse from. If you want the hearse that you're able to store in your garage, all you have to do is, once the mission is over, run a few, feet away from the church, run towards where the cemetery is, and then run back to the church, and you'll actually see the hearse spawn there, and you can get in it and drive it to your garage. But this one's really nice because it's honestly one of the easier missions. The only downside is that it's going to take a little bit longer because you have to wait that time limit. However, since you get paid $70,000, I don't think that's that bad of a deal. And ultimately, what this ends up getting you, one guy said that after around 3-ish hours of doing these missions, he made around $700,000, which is not bad at all. And if you just think about doing this, for the next 2 weeks, basically, you can easily make $2, $3, $4, $5 million if you're playing with friends. And that's definitely going to help you with the gun running DLC. They're giving us all these opportunities to make money because I'm sure the gun running DLC is going to be pretty damn expensive. So hopefully this video helped you out with all the contract missions. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of them. But that is it with the video. So thank you all. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.